All right, good morning, foxes. Welcome to April. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating an image of our school mascot. There's just a few things that you need for that. We see this foxy image all over. It's a certain type of fox, so I'm going to show you very simply how to create him. The M inside that we see a lot that he's holding on to, that is a little bit more difficult. So I decided that we would start simple today and just do him, his body and his body shape and form and structure. But what you're going to need is you're going to need a few colored pencils if you have them, or markers. You're going to need your trusty eraser, and you do not need a ruler for this, so that's cool. And I am going to start with a pencil, if I can locate one, that is currently MIA. Alright, so then, because I have no pencil, there could you go, pencil. This is just like my art room at school, guys, and y'all are like, hey, Miss Rankin. Oh, there we go. And you have to help me find stuff, so no different than normal. Let's see if I can just darken this up a little bit before we start. Here we go. Alright, starting with the shape of this fox. Remember how we do structure? So this is real important. Woo! Hopefully there's no motion sickness people out there. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to start with your structure first, and he is just a series of a few shapes. Again, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Maybe I'll just turn this light off. See if that helps a little bit. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to work on structure and shape. And there we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see my structure. Remember, the structure is what you go back and you would put the skin on. Alright, and then you would go in and start with his head. And this guy has a real interesting shape about him. He goes like this, and then you can add his eyes. And you can pause this as you need, but I'm working quickly. He's got this bit of fluff going on, so I'm going to put that in there. For some of you guys, hopefully this is something you've been wanting to learn for a while. I always have a lot of students wanting to draw this guy, so here he is, Mr. Foxy himself. Now Mr. Walton likes the manly foxes. He doesn't like them to be baby looking, so we got to kind of make him look tough a little bit if we can. So we're going to slender his face up just a little bit and make him look kind of like he could wrestle somebody if needed. We don't want any wimpy foxes. We're a proud school. We've got reason to be proud. We've got some great scholars, some great artists, a little bit of great everything. I'm a little biased, but anyway, foxes run deep. Okay, so we've got the shape of him. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to begin outlining the dark areas or the dark points of this guy. And I'm just going to continue to work. After this, you guys know this would be the portion where you would go in and erase your pencil lines. And I'm trying to hurry with him. Yeah, get an outline, and then you're going to go back in and add his legs, add his body shape, his back leg, or what they would say a haunch, right? If we're going to be scientifically correct. And then once you get this in, this is where you would go in and add your darker areas. He's got some dark points going on here for sure. And add his eyes in there a little bit more. He also has a separation where some of his legs are a little gray. You guys remember what line variation is, correct? Line variation is when you have thicker and thin lines. So what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm adding some line variation to this guy. This makes it look more finished, more professional, much more like a logo than a drawing. So we're going to have some thin, some thick lines going on with him. And there we go. I'm also going to add a little bit of grass down here because we want this to be, we want him to be grounded. It's really important to be grounded, whether you are a fox or a person. So now I'm going to begin with just adding a little bit of color to him. Now you can do the color that you want to. He is always bright red in my book, and in our logo he's always bright red, so I'm going to just start filling him in. One thing you might want to do is, if you have a lot of pencil lines that you can still see, you may want to take your eraser, you know how this works, and erase all of your pencil lines to clean him up a little bit so you're working on a clear, nice surface. There we go. And I'm sweeping those right on Miss Rinkin's floor. There we go. And then I'm going to continue. And I'm filling him in real fast. We kind of have a proud fox going on, so I like this. I'm going to take this time while I'm just drawing to encourage all of you guys. I'm getting some great artwork coming back through to me. If you are having any trouble at all, I have plenty of information and ways for you to contact me. If you have not joined Remind already, please try to do that so that if I need to send you an email, I can get in touch with you, get in contact. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is begin adding some gray points. Now he has these nice little gray stockings on. There we go. And he also had a little bit of gray on his tail, I think. And the last thing I'm going to do is add a few little shadows. The shadow is a gray. It makes him look finished. I'm going to do that around most of my outside edge. Again, if you get stumped or you're not working as quickly as I am, you can go ahead and pause it as you're working, and I cannot wait to see some of these guys, so please remember to send some back to me so that I can display them on our website. Alright, and there we go. So we've got Mr. Foxy. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm going to turn my light back on so we can get a good look at him. And now we have two foxes side by side. Alright, I hope you guys are doing well, and hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. Sending you love.